generous. Now I've learned to never help you out. 'Cause I'm done cleaning up your mess. Found myself in my regrets. I've become a little stronger now. 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 You cashed in on my promises. You know I'm too generous. Now I've learned to never help you out. 'Cause I'm done cleaning up your mess. Found myself in my regrets. I've become a little stronger now. A little stronger now.
Welcome everybody to round number 2 of the 90s Touring Car Championship. My name is Rahul Nassir from Caribbean Motor Racing Sim Club. We welcome you all to the second installment of this Grand Championship. We are here at Zandvoort. Not the full layout. We will be using half the track for today's event. We'll be using the club layout. Average lap time about a 1:08, 1:09. Some of the guys getting into the 7s. No one getting into the 106s just yet. But we are very excited here. We have 11 minutes left to go until we get this event underway. Welcome, everyone. There you can see some guys getting out of the pits, getting in their last couple of laps in. We do have a couple of guys yet to join the server. You can see a couple guys coming out the pits. There is Oswin Wilson there. Here you can see that was Rahul Pratap just passing our screens. Let's take a little tour around this track here. In just a moment. There goes Klaus over there. You can see the interior of, I believe that's Martin Webster's car. Let's actually just get back there. There it is, Martin Webster's car. So let's find one of these drivers on board now. Here is Rahul Pratap in that Alpha. The Alfa Romeo looking very strong. And just watching him now go around turn 1 here. Very slow into 3rd gear, up into 4th gear now. Keeps it into 4th gear, goes around the small right-hander into the long left-hander here. Exits pretty well, 6/10 off of the pace. It looks like he's just doing a cool down lap. Tucked in. I'm not too sure how any of the drivers are going to be taking that turn we just passed there. You can take the karting wet line as wide as possible, cutting in for more straight line speed for a good exit. There you can see Pratap tucking in more. And with the help of the chicane, he has gained just a little bit. I doubt he is going to improve. But he is going to come around the last corner. Now we're going to see what time he does put up on the board. This is practice, of course, so none of the times do matter as much as the next session. That next session being qualifying. And qualifying is absolutely all to play for. So just enabling our drone camera in just a second. Let's see who else is on track here. We do have Oswin Wilson there, also in the Alpha. Let's take a look at Dylan Morant, last week's race winner. What a race he had had. A pit stop early for Marlon Young did have the risk of losing the tires towards the end. And oh boy, it did. Dylan Morant charged hard and managed to take the win in a historic Norisring Grand Prix there. If you have not checked that race out, I highly recommend you guys do check it out. So you can see Dylan Morant's time on the screen there. Let's actually find him. He's going to be coming around the hairpin. Actually, no, that is Oswin Wilson. There you go. See him there. That is Valhalla driver Dylan Morant. You can see it looks like he is cutting in. So a lot of the guys looks like they have found their line coming around there. It's a very, very fun track to just whip the car around, getting the back end rotated. So he is not going as fast. Probably running some fuel laps to determine what his strategy is going to be. You can see Oswin Wilson now coming across the line. Actually, no, he is going to dive it down into the pit lane. We can follow him now. See what this pit lane does look like here at Zandvoort. I believe the line, we just turn around there. The line is over here, so the guys have to get slowed down. You can hear Patab shifting down the gears and hitting that pit lane speed button. 80 kilometers in the pit lane for today's event. In the pit lane right now, there you can see Valhalla. Beautiful livery done by Klaus Klint himself in that BMW. Come across, we do see a couple more guys over here. There is Oswin Wilson in the current 2022 Alfa Romeo inspired livery. You can see he's also got the Pirellis going on there. Roll per tab in the classic Marlboro red and white. And here they are, the safety cars for today's event, driven by myself here. The Ferrari F8 CMRC Safety Car Edition. So you're 5 minutes away, just before the beginning of qualifying. Qualifying will be a 15-minute session to determine the grid for today's event, and it'll be heading straight into a 45-minute race plus an extra lap with one mandatory pit stop that these guys have to use a different tire compound to the one that they start with. So these drivers have 3 tire compounds: the soft, the mediums, and the hards. The soft tires, while being the fastest tire, they do degrade the quickest, while the hardest tire, lasting the longest, is not the fastest tire. The mediums obviously being the sweet spot, but you can't use them twice. A lot of these guys in the last round did opt for the 2-stopper, and as such, it did allow for some great strategy. Back on board with Dylan Morant, currently P3 right now. Just 5/10 off of the fastest time. On the board now. And soon we will just head into the chat to see what the guys are saying. Here's some key communications, all about strategy, so we can work out how this race is going to play out before it even begins. You can see Dylan Morant very comfortable around this chicane here, just losing out a slight bit, but is on course for a blister. There you can hear the engine just lifting off a little bit as Dylan Morant, not too confident with holding it completely flat out there. Comes across the line, keeps it in P3. It's a 108.325. You can see Martin Webster still in the pit lane right now. Klaus actually coming out on pits, and Danny Nasir we have not seen just yet for today. Danny Nasir, the only driver in the Mercedes. So we're going to watch him now for a lap as we have 2 minutes and 14 seconds left to go into the session before we head into qualifying. If you guys are tuning in for the very first time, welcome. My name is Rahul Nasir. I am your commentator, host, race director, whatever you want to call it. If If you guys have any questions, do let us know in the chat. We'll get you answered as soon as possible. Watching Dennis here now. Let's see how he does through this right-hander. Little kink there. Long left-hander here. Second off the pace. We do see Dylan Moran, a bit of yellow flags. Actually, no, he does take that car into the pit lane. Danny Nasir takes it a little bit wide, cuts in. Back on the brakes now. The rear end stepping out a lot more than he likes. We look at the rear end here. Car should be stable around here. He hugs that curb, exit curb looking very good. Not flat out to the line, might be a 111. Comes across the line. 111.8. He does improve in the final sector. But he keeps the pace going here. You can see Raul Pratap in the pits right now. No budge of him coming out. There is only 25 seconds left to go. So back on the drone camera here, there you can see another driver coming across the line. Looks like it is Klaus. Yes, it is. Klaus going past our screen there. But it is all up for grabs. And who will take the top spot here at Zandvoort? Of course, this is not the 2022 spec of Zandvoort. Since this is a 90s championship, we have to take it to a championship. An era of tracks that have not seen the light of day in years. Of course, this version of Zandvoort not having the bank turns in the final corner. Of course, the other bank turn right here, present in the modern layout. But practice just coming to an end. You see Curtis Gregory joining in. And we're just going to take a little chat to the drivers as they are all in the pits. I believe Klaus is actually still out. There he goes across your screen right about now. There he is. Hustling to get one more lap in. Gets back into the pits. And now we are going to speak to the drivers. Mic check.
Hear you.
All right, cool. All right, you guys already know the rules. It is the exact same format as last week, but I will go over once more. So it is a 45-minute race plus one extra lap, mandatory pit stop, and you must use a different compound to the one you start with.
Check your messenger or the general chat. I sent you a message.
All right, got you. All right, cool, thanks.
Practice just end?
Sorry, what was that?
Did practice just end as he joined, or is
Yeah, practice just ended.
broken?
No,
Oh,
qualifying
okay,
is
cool.
about to start.
Welcome, Curtis.
Yep.
I just came off a 2-hour Sebring race, so I'm kind of tired.
How that arm's feeling?
Okay, after like the first 10 minutes, after 10 minutes of not racing, they felt perfect. So
You have new arms by the end of this.
I'm just gonna run default setup and try and think of a strategy in qualifying.
Default setup is better than most.
All right, so there you hear the guys getting prepared for this qualifying 15 minutes. We're gonna see who comes out of the pit lane first. In 10 seconds, the light will turn green and qualifying will be underway. And that is actually going to be right now. And the green light is out. You hear the engine starting up. It's go time. There you can see the two Valhalla drivers coming out. I don't believe they were the first guys. I did hear some engines a bit earlier. Actually, maybe they were the first. But both Valhalla drivers leading us off. All these guys on their outlaps. Of course, the outlap does not count. So this guy's just getting around.
This is a mandatory pit stop, right?
Yes, one mandatory pit stop.
And mandatory tire change to a different compound.
Yes. So the tire you start with, you must use a different compound during the pit stops. So both Valhalla drivers, we see Dylan Morant actually up the front of the queue now. We're gonna catch him at the front of the straight over here. So there is Dylan Morant. Let's get to him. Right now, where is he? There he is. Ivan Mourinho just coming out the pits. The Argentine in his second race here. But here is Dylan Morant coming up strong after a first race win on the board. We're going to see what he does. Keeping on the drone camera here. Very neat and tidy. Through the chicane very nicely. Very clean lap from Dylan Morant here. The track is going to slowly start improving and times are going to get quicker. But we're going to see the benchmark. Dylan Morant comes across the line right now. A 108.2 from Dylan Morant here. We come back to him in just a moment. Klaus coming across the line with a 110.3. Also Wilson taking that straight into the pits. We stay on the front straight here. There is Roll Pratap just beating out Klaus. And 0.009 just under Dylan Morant. But Dylan Morant is going quicker. There you see the other guys crossing the line there. Denny Nasir, we can see notably going up into P5. Great time from him. Back on board with Dylan Morant. Just losing out in the middle sector, actually. Doubt we're going to see any improvement on the time, but you never know. We could be cleaning up these last two turns here. Comes across the line now. And no improvement. It's a 108.372. Let's find his teammate. Actually, his teammate. Not there yet. There you see on board Danny Nasir just coming out the pits there. Roll Pratap puts it on provisional pole. 108.0. 2/10 quicker than Dylan Morant. We know last week, Roll Pratap put that car on pole. We keep an eye out on the front straightaway. We'll see who's next. The Alfa Romeo now coming across the line. It is Curtis Gregory, P6, but no valid time on the board just yet. Here we have two cars coming across now. Is that Ivan Mourinho? Yes, it is. Goes up into P7. Austin Wilson going across right about now. Puts it into P6. 129, but he is on a flyer, it looks like. We watch Klaus Klint. He has a little bit of a slipstream from Mourinho. Klaus is up 0.6 on his personal. Definitely what he needs. He's already 2.2 seconds down in his time. Ivan, fast or slow, he does not need to give the place away to Klaus Klint. If you are on a fast lap, you don't need to give away to the guy behind you if he's going faster. Ooh, but Klaus, a second slower now. Roland Pratap increasing his time 4/10 quicker. We go back to Dylan Morant, just coming around turn 1. We see you, Madomo. Welcome to the stream. You are just getting into a very exciting qualifying as Dylan Morant goes 3/10 quicker. Purple signifying fastest overall. Austin Wilson putting himself up into P2, but for how long will that 108.1 stay on that board? Dylan Morant is about to cross the second sector mark. It's 5/10 down, however, so it's going to be very close if he can just nudge out Oswin Wilson, but I don't think it's enough for Roland Pratap. Danny Nasir up into P6 now. And Del Morant goes up into P2. So it's a 108.179. Just beats out Oswin Wilson there with a 108.184. Ooh, contact there. Danny Nasir into the wall. And he's taking that car back into the pits there. On board with Roland Pratap, not on a flyer just yet, on his outlap. But with 8 minutes left to go, 15 minutes goes by very quickly. Tavar, I see you in the chat. If you could just join the Discord voice chat, we'll be able to communicate with you easily there. Austin Wilson, a little bit of contact. Yeah, he's actually in the grass there. Roll Pratap. Sorry, Dylan Morant getting out the pits. Roll Pratap, we're watching now. Gonna come across the final corner now. He's gonna want the best exit that he can. Puts the power down. You can hear that Alpha screaming now. Let's see what he can do. The time up on your screen, and the timer is off. Roll Pratap coming up to turn 1. He has a little bit of traffic in the way, Austin Wilson, but I believe he will let him go as soon as he can. You can see a little bit of oversteer at the exit. You can see the dash flashing on and off. That is Roland Pratap saying, get out of my way. And Austin Wilson respectfully does so. And no wonder. 1/10. Purple. He's flying out there. Ah, no, it looks like he's messed up there. Probably watching his rearview mirrors for Austin Wilson. And getting that cut track, not good for him. Back on board with Dylan Morant. He's going to come across the line to start another flyer. There you see Ivan is running off the track there out of turn 1. Going through the right-hander, now the long left-hander now. But so far, Roland Pratap, the only driver in the 107s. Can Dylan Morant change that? He is a 10th up on his first. Sorry, he's actually 3/10 up. But 5/10 down, that is the kicker there. So he's losing a lot of time through that chicane. It's a very wonky chicane for these guys. But Dylan Morant now going around the final corner. There you see him. He's going to come across the line now. It's a 108.2. No improvements there just yet. Let's get on board with Oswin Wilson. Find a different camera angle for you guys on the top of the car. Good to see how close Austin Wilson gets to these curbs. Let me tell you, Austin Wilson is very brave no matter what car he's in, no matter what track he's at. There you see how close he gets. A little nudge onto the curb. Of course, you don't want to get too high up on there, or else it is chaos. And chaos indeed. He's going to lose it straight into the wall. And he's going to put that thing straight into the grass so we can teleport straight into the pits. Danny Nasir also into the pits there. Raul Pratap, we're going back on board with 3 tenths down.
Are lagging a little bit sources.
So here, a little bit of complaint for Curtis Gregory. All right, we'll watch it. Thank you.
I always hate when I hear that, but then I realize that I know where an Ethernet cable is, so next week it should hopefully be fixed. So hopefully I won't take out anyone in accidental assassination attempt anymore.
Right. We'll watch it.
Anything else running on your computer that you should shut down?
No, I've tried all the things, all the stuff. It's just my internet's inconsistent, so if I have an Ethernet cable, it should fix it.
Once you got nothing else running to take the call, that's all.
Raul Pratap, sorry, Curtis Gregory not going quickest. We go on board to Raul Pratap. Just going through the chicane, no time just yet. Austin Wilson, same thing. Dylan Morant, quicker again in the first sector. But can he put it together right here? Just getting a little bit loose from him. Watch the steering inputs coming out here. 6 tenths down. He already knows he's going slower, and he's just going to take that thing straight into the pits right after. We haven't seen Martin Webster just yet, as he's just going to go over the grass there. No cut track, but it definitely is slower. Can Raul Pratap just hold on? He's doing very well so far, just to keep that thing together. Around turn 1 he is. We see Tavar Clark in. So going back in the drone camera, we have 2 minutes and 30 seconds left to go into the session. Austin Wilson also out on track there. Can we see now Dylan Morant put in the time that he needs to put this thing on pole position? Comes around turn 1 there. We don't see any time from him. And we see Raul Pratap actually ahead of him. So we're going to watch this rear view camera to see both of these guys who's essentially up for pole. Austin Wilson, actually. We did not see him. Well, it looks like his last lap actually puts it on provisional pole. And the second driver to get into the 107s, but it's all up to these two guys back here. Any improvements from any of these 3 drivers, these are the ones for pole position you got to be watching out for. Nothing from Raul Pratap. He gets right out the way because he does not want to give Dylan Morant any sort of slipstream. Looks pretty clean so far. Comes around the final corner now. Do we hear any lifts? Yes, we do. Comes across the line now. Stays P3. Osmond Wilson. Can he improve? There's a minute left to go. And the top 3 guys to watch for pole are out on track. We've never seen it before. We've never seen the top 3 guys compete for pole, and Austin Wilson is going quicker. Just gets into the grass a little bit. Dylan Morant crashes out. That's going to be his qualifying done. Raul Pratap 2 tenths off the pace, and Austin Wilson is flying out there. Just getting a little bit deep into the chicane. It might not be quick. It's 7 tenths off. Can Raul Pratap salvage anything? Absolutely not! We're gonna watch Oswald Wilson now. The checkered flag is out. Can Oswald Wilson improve? Stay on board with him. No, he does not. Can Raul Pratap do it? No, he cannot. He puts it into the pits. That small mistake costs him. And that is your grid. Oswald Wilson puts it on pole. Absolute stellar qualifying from these guys here. Curtis Gregory still on track here. One of the last few to cross the line. He is struggling a bit. He is on the default setup. Nothing changed. Ooh. A little bit of tantrums here and there. And straight into the wall. But it is your pole man right here. It's Oswald Wilson. Not a stranger to the front row. Can he convert this now to a race win? Devar Clark also in P6, probably getting a last lap in. A 109.8 from him, just getting onto the sim. But what a qualifying it is. Let's congratulate the top drivers. All right, good qualifying from you guys. Congratulations, your top three: Oswald Wilson, Raul Pratap, and Dylan Morant. So, no words from the guys just yet. See, Lance is here jumping into the server, but we have not seen the likes of Justin is here. We did hear that he might be joining us for today's event. Yeah, we do not have any sight of him. Interesting stuff here. We see a driver on track there. Of course, that is Devar Clark. Comes across the line, ends the session there. And now it is time to get ready for the race. Make your predictions now. It is an Alfa Romeo front row. And get this. If we just look at over our screen there. Alfa, followed by BMW from 3rd through 7th. And the Alfa of Curtis Gregory just getting in there, and then the Mercedes of Danny Nasir, they 110, 192.
Does 40 laps seem right for this race?
Yeah, it's about 40 laps. I say like
okay, cool.
For like 42 laps.
Yeah, the calculator thinks it's 40, so
yeah. You also have to factor in the fact that there's gonna be 1 or 2 extra laps after the time is up. So
anticipation waits us all. The drivers are getting ready to go underway. We're going to see him on the grid very shortly. Actually, in about 5 seconds we will. And we're going to take you through on a...
This has probably been the fastest race strategy I've ever done.
There they are. The drivers on the grid now. Very excited for this one.
It happened again. Hold on, I had to record.
3 minutes until the race starts.
You got 3 minutes.
And this is definitely going to be a race to remember. Enjoy this one. Welcome everyone to round number 2 of the CMRSC 90s Touring Car Championship. We are here at the beautiful Zandvoort circuit here. Not using the full layout, only half of it. We'll be using the club layout of this track. There you can see where it's actually cut out. Instead of going up the hill, we take a little detour to the final sector of the track. But a beautiful, beautiful circuit around here. Not the new layout that all the drivers are accustomed to, but the old one. So that means no banking on the final corner. And no banking over here. But these drivers in these classic DTM cars, 3 manufacturers. It's all to play for right here. You can see all the drivers with a minute and 40 seconds left to go. We just have enough time for a grid walk. Oswin Wilson puts it on pole position, followed by Roel Pertab and Dylan Morant. Now it is the BMWs. Martin Webster, Klaus Klint, Tavar Clark, Ivan Marino closes off there. Curtis Gregory in the Alfa Romeo, Danny Nasir in the last Mercedes, and just joining us there, Lance Nasir in the Alfa Romeo. Not putting in a time. But it is an Alpha front row. Oswin Wilson hasn't had a race win in a while, but his pole position count in the GT3 championship was an unbeatable count. I believe it was 4 in a row. Roel Pertab, always the man to watch. Very, very, very lucky driver when it comes to events taking place around him. Dylan Morant, your last race winner. He's on the defense now. Can he score 2 race wins in a row? You see his teammate, Klaus Klint, in the background. Martin Webster is alone for this one. No sign of Marlon Young today. It is now time. 30 seconds left to go before we start this one here. We head into the chat. All right, good luck, guys. Have a good race.
Good luck, everybody.
Good luck.
Here we go. It is time. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 lights. We go racing. Oswin Wilson, really good start there. Roel Pertab just trying to get it to the inside there. Both of the Alphas keeping it clean. Round turn 1. There they go. Klaus Klint, very wide there. Runs off the track. Martin Webster just gets in there. 6 into P3, just taking on Dylan Morant there. Dylan Morant trying to put on the pressure. Cannot get it done just yet. There you see Curtis Gregory making up some big-time positions. In the background there, Martin Webster just falling back. Roel Pertab in the lead now. And now it is time to kick this one off big time here. Dylan Morant, very anxious. Can he get past these guys here? Great dive bomb there from Tavar Clark on Curtis Gregory there. Dan and Nasir just running off track in the background there as well. But we run back up to the front here. Oswin Wilson, hard on the charge. There you can see. We go on board as soon as possible. Yes, we can. Roel Pertab, can he hold on to this lead? Going on the defensive. We look in the background, no moves done just yet. Tries to get it to the inside, cannot get anything done just yet. We see moves in the background. Who is that? We do not know just yet. But it is Tavar Clark in the back there, Klaus Klint, and Curtis Gregory, actually. Those are the 2 guys in the back we know. Klaus had a little bit of an oopsie around turn 1 there. Dylan Morant now trying to get past Martin Webster, and you can see Oswin Wilson all over the rear of Roel Pertab there. We get onto the rear wing camera of Roel Pertab. Pertab now, can he get a good exit? Around the final corner now. Tavar Clark with an issue. He's actually facing the other way. but he lets all the drivers come out. Ooh, Lance Nasir just getting past him, and Tamar Clark back on the racing line now. Austin Wilson still on the hunt. Dylan Morant, he sees a little pocket. Martin went a little bit wide there. Nothing can be done just yet. Back on board with Austin Wilson. A lot to watch for here. But there you can see the gap. It's very close between these two drivers. Excellent stuff here from the top four. There you can see Dylan Morant not getting the move done on Martin Webster just yet. We stick with Oswin Wilson right now. Can he get a better exit? Take his first win of this series. Both these drivers doing very well to keep up. 41 minutes left to go in this one. Ropatab putting down the power, puts it a 108.859. He's trying to get away as soon as possible. Nothing can be done. Watching Dylan Morant now. Martin Webster very wide around turn one once again. Can any of these BMW drivers work together like the Alphas are and try to catch up? This is a manufacturer's championship at the end of the day as well. But there you can see nothing being done yet from these two guys over here. Ooh, a slide from Martin Webster! Martin spins it around, gets it 180 over the gravel and back onto the road. And Dylan Moran is going to say, thank you very much. I will take that. We get right on board with Martin Webster, Ivan Marino all over the rear. Martin Webster, a costly mistake, sticking with the top three. Klaus and Curtis Gregory having a little squabble with themselves. Alton Wilson, fastest lap of this race. 108.846. Curtis, a little bit of lag issues, but we will keep an eye on it. Ivan Marino, does he have the straight line? Can he get past Martin Webster? No, he cannot. Goes around turn one now. Both of these guys going very wide. Danny Nasir doing very well to put that Mercedes up into P6. It's no use just yet. Martin Webster fighting for his life now. Before on the defense of one driver, and now he's got to handle four. Ivan, Danny, Curtis, Klaus. We actually see Curtis all over the rear of Danny Nasir. It looks like very slow around the chicane here. But for someone who is on the stock setup, it is working very well for him. Can anything be done between these two guys here? Roper Tab, fastest lap of the race there. Can we see any fastest laps from these guys back here? Curtis very slow around here. Just cannot get the power down confidently to send a move on Danny Nasir. Danny holding off. A very great defense from him. Covers off the middle of the racetrack. Also trying to attack Ivan Marino. Nothing can be done there. Curtis trying everything in the book. Tries to go around the outside. Can he cut in a better line? Danny Nasir just squabbling a little bit. But he keeps it going. Looks like Martin Webster at the same time. You see him in the distance there. He is getting away from this battle here. Danny Nasir putting on big pressure to the Argentine. Ooh. We watch now on board with Klaus. Can anything be done with these guys here? We go back on board with the top two leaders. Oswald Wilson cannot get anything done just yet. Going back to Curtis Gregory here. Gets into the inside. Nothing can be done there. Ooh, a little bit of oversteer. Curtis playing around with the throttle. Very difficult part to pass here, but once you get a move down into the inside, it is very difficult to defend. Dylan Moran. Ooh. Dylan Moran just 3.5 seconds off of the top two guys, losing out big time in this battle. He's going to want to put the power down if he wants to catch up. Martin Webster 8 seconds off of Dylan Moran when he used to be just a second ahead of him. On board of Danny Nasir, you can see Ivan Marino just getting away. A second ahead. Oh, very wide Danny Nasir is. Very great battle here, squabbling for P5. Oh, we see Curtis around the outside. Can he get the move done? Can he cut to the inside? No, he cannot. Danny Nasir, perfect defense from him. But Curtis Gregory around the outside. They're side by side. Is there contact? There might have been a little bit of contact there, but Curtis gets the worst of it. He gets that car rotated. Lance Nasir on the front straight, so nowhere to be seen there. Danny Nasir can wipe the sweat, knowing that Curtis is behind him, but Klaus is not far either. A bit of a silly mistake on the outside, but just no room left. Was it really the best place to get an overtake there? He was desperate. It's not many places to pass around here. We head back to this battle at the front. Austin Wilson sticking very close to the other Alpha of Rahul Pratap. Can any of these drivers get their first win? Martin Webster putting in the second fastest middle sector. We actually go to the live timing feed. There you can see the live timing sheets there. You can also see the tire compounds. Austin Wilson opting for the hard tires. Trying to go the long way. Everyone else but Martin Webster also going for the hard tires. The soft tire only going for Danny Nasir and Klaus, as well as Tavar Clark and Lance Nasir. Of course, those drivers starting far back, going to be trying their absolute hardest to get back into this. We look at the points as it stands. After a great win, Dylan Morant in the lead, 20 points on the standings there. Austin Wilson, who's second, looking for a big win here. Rahul Pratap needs this win to get in this championship picture. We look at the drivers' standings from there. Of course, the exact same as the race standings classification as last round. We look at the constructors as well. Valhalla absolutely dominating right now. But if things stay at this right now, we will see Premature Acceleration, Sim Sport, and Pratap Motorsport shoot right up the standings. Back on with this race over here. And Austin Wilson is very close. Two-tenths of difference. There you can see how close he is. Can he put a move onto the inside? Yes, he is. He looks to the inside. Puts a little bit of pressure. Does not follow through with it. Austin Wilson needs to keep calm. Many races he's thrown away with a simple spin. Also needs to keep his head cool. All the points matter here in this one. Pit stops are being made. We are hearing. We see Klaus puts it into the pit lane. No drive-through for him. We're going to take a look at how long these pit stops are. Curtis Gregory following suit as well. But there you can see the Valhalla driver in the pit lane right now. We see in the background, is that Lance Nasir? Yes, it is. So now Klaus Clint in dead last. Back out he goes. Where are the others? There you can see them just in front of your screen over there. There are your top 2 drivers. A little bit of weaving there from Rahul Pratap, but he sticks one and sticks the other. He has to stay on one side or the other of the track. You're only allowed one move off your line. And that's it. Curtis Gregory, seeing the leaders ahead of him, might be really good to stick with them. Klaus able to get ahead of the top 2 leaders, but for how long? Until they have to pit. We know the softs did go around that point, and Austin Wilson is on the hard, so he isn't going to be taking that one long. Ooh, Rahul Pratap covering the inside. It looked like it was Austin Wilson with the overspeed around the outside. Wilson doing very well to stick with Rahul Pratap. No moves being done yet from the 2 of them. But it almost looks like these guys are working together to just try to get away, but at the same time, we all know Oswald Wilson wants the lead of this one and get away as soon as possible. It kind of does look like Rahul Pratap is holding him up now that Austin Wilson is this close to him. There you can see in the background there, these 2 guys fighting tooth and nail. Austin Wilson getting the better exit, coming out the long right-hander, but nothing can be done. In fact, it doesn't even look like he can get the power down as soon as possible.
Hey, Curtis, can you get that blue flag on the straight?
Oh, yeah, sure.
We hear Dylan Morant already getting into the rear. Curtis, there he is. Austin Wilson, this is the closest we've seen him all race. To the leaders there. Can he make any move done here? Looks to the outside. Can he switch to the inside? No, he cannot. Stays to the outside for the braking zone. It looks like Pratap just gets out the corner way quicker than Wilson does, and that is what's costing Austin Wilson. He is also on the hard tire, so he is not making life easy for himself with that tire compound. A little bit of oversteer there, but no loss at the moment. There you can see in the foreground. Looks like it's Klaus and Lance Nasir. We know last race Marlon Young struggled with lap traffic ahead of him, and ultimately that costing him. What can Rahul Pratap do in this situation? He has 2 drivers battling for a position, but obviously they have to give away as soon as possible. Ooh, Dylan Morant. Sorry, Rahul Pratap. Dylan Morant now actually coming up very close now. Ooh, there's contact! All right, virtual safety car, virtual safety car. Slow down your pace, no overtaking. Race director calling out. Pits are open, pits are open.
Are we bunching up or no?
We are bunching up. It is a virtual safety car, so Rahul Pratap, you are the leader right now. There is no overtaking. Let's get bunched up. Pits are open, pits are open.
A blue flag's getting waved.
We will call that after we get everyone bunched up.
Okay.
But the first safety car of the day goes out now. So single file, no overtaking, slow down your pace, pits are open. You will know a lap in advance when the safety car is closing. Can we see any of the guys coming to the pits? Lapped cars may now overtake. Lapped cars may now overtake. If you stay out on track, you're allowed to overtake the leaders.
Klaus, you have to go ahead of me. If I go ahead of you, it would be a in position.
Klaus and Curtis, you guys can go past the leaders. And you guys can go up to full race pace to catch up to the guys. So Oswin Wilson sticking out on track, of course.
Kind of a good question. We're running the short layout of Nurburgring, right?
For next week, yes.
Oh, that's exciting.
So a lot of these guys still into the pits. We're actually going to check out who is into the pits right now. As we're going over to the other side here.
So far, I think you passed me there. I was already out of pit.
There you can see both drivers of...
So far, you got your mic on?
We're looking. What's the issue?
I'm out to the pits and he passed me. Yes, I'm going slow and he's going faster, but I'm already cleared a pit lap. So I'm ahead of him. Guess he chooses not to listen.
Right, okay. Tavar just sees the position to Danny Nasir. If we could just let him go there. Ooh, we see close. A little bit of damage there. All right, thank you, Tavar. All right, let's get catched up to the top two guys now. Oswin, if you can, let's slow down the pace just a little bit more so we can get racing as soon as possible. Del Morant taking his pit stop there. I have no idea how Klaus got that damage there. If he did not pit for repairs.
Overtake everybody.
Yes, you can, Lance Nasir. You can overtake the leaders. You can overtake the leaders. So the next lap we will go green, not this lap. The next lap we will go green. So there you go, race director giving out the confirmation when we are going back racing once again. But the best parts of these safety cars are just the fact that everyone is now bunched up. And it's like a second chance from the race start when we go racing once again. So we'll be going green on the next lap. There we see a couple guys into the pits now. Martin Webster. Into the pits there, going for his stop. A lot of these guys are making the last minute decision when they want to pit. Danny Nasir up there. I believe he did pit. And that gamble, putting himself into P3, hopefully that helps him. So we'll be going green on this lap. We'll be going green on this lap and on the front straightaway. Martin Webster and Lance Nasir, the last two to catch up to the queue. So that pace is perfect, Oswin. And keep that up. See, Jaden in the chat, he says, these cars are hard to drive. Props to the drivers. Indeed, yeah. These cars are very tricky, especially the brakes. Those things are just Absolutely horrendous. All right, Oswin, you are on my cue. I will let you know when we go racing again. So there you see Oswin Wilson. Coming around now. There you see him. Single file, single file. Green flag, green flag. And we are back underway. Roll Pratap looks like he's got a way better start than him, as well as Tavar Clark there. Tavar's gonna have a very nice picture up here into turn 1. How are these guys all going to do? They look pretty well. Tavar Clark up into P2 now, just getting past Roll Pratap. There you can see side by side in the background. That is Ivan Marino and Curtis Gregory. Roll Pratap, even more issues for him. Goes wide off the track. Martin Webster trying to get past Dylan Moran. Can he get past him now? Side by side, there they come. Dylan Moran's got the inside for this one. Look how close they are. A little bit of contact, they keep it going. But it is Roll Pratap big time losing out here. As well as Danny Nasir. Losing out a lot of positions. But there those guys are back there. Tavar Clark is now up there in that BMW there. In P2. 20 minutes left to go into the session, and things have shaken up big time. We see a little move onto the inside there. Can Curtis get anything done? Ooh, we actually see in the background there. That is Klaus. Just watching his breaking point there. He gets back on track and it stays green. But it is now the battle between Oswin Wilson and Tavar Clark. Jamaica versus Guyana. But it looks like Oswin is pulling away comfortably. Roll Pratap from leading this one all the way down into 5th position. Having a little bit of a hiccup. Putting it into the grass a little bit, and now he's going to have to fight all the way back up. His first is Martin Webster. Martin Webster fighting for P3, just dropping down to P4. And Dylan Moran, you can see in the foreground there, all up in the rear of Tavar Clark. Roll Pratap, nowhere to go here as these tires are getting stressed out. Can Pratap put a dive onto the inside? DR style, Daniel Ricciardo? No, he cannot. Ooh, but can he get the cut pack? No, he cannot. So still very close battling. There you see the Delta gap to first. 1.0. Actually 9.6. Yep, Tavar just a second between himself and the leader. And we have 19 minutes to go. Great race these guys are having so far. We turn our attention to Dylan Morant. Dylan now. Trying to get onto the outside. He has got the outside. Doesn't get the move done. Tavar on the inside now. Cannot do anything about it. Dylan Morant's going to take that move. Unless Tavar has anything to say about it here. And no, he cannot. That is a pretty decent gap. Looks like Tavar's already setting up for a move down to the inside. What's going to happen? We see in the background also moves being done back there. Roll Pratap onto the inside. Getting that move done on Martin Webster. And Martin Webster's going to fall down into 5th position. Now Roll Pratap has 2 drivers hungry and battling for P2. Ooh! Tavar just on the... Ooh! Contact there! Martin Webster's gonna slip right past him. Roll Pratap just getting in contact to the rear end of... Ooh! There's contact! Can they keep it going? No, they cannot! Ah, virtual safety car, virtual safety car. No overtaking. No overtaking, no overtaking. And let's get bunched up really quickly. Contact there. Martin Webster trying it on the inside of Tavar. But a racing incident at the end of the day there. Both drivers.
Lap or the next lap?
Next lap. We are going green next lap. Oz and Wilson. Now time to put it into the pits. Dylan Morant is going to inherit that lead. Let's get pit lane speed. All right, that pace is perfect. Thank you. So remember, guys, let's keep it single file, and we are going to go green on this lap. There you can see Osmond Wilson still in the pits. Klaus now able to get in as well. Looks at the top. The bottom 8 drivers actually all into the pit lane there. But these guys are going to have to hustle. They have the key. All right, Dylan, let's get that slowed down a little bit more. Dylan, you're on my cue when we go racing again. So the drivers who have decided to pit heard the warning of when we did go green again. They took the gamble. The caution had waved, and now it's done now. We are about to go green flag. Keep it single file. Keep it single file. Green flag. Green flag. And it is back under racing again. It's 3 wide in the background. What is this, guys? 3 wide coming up into turn 1. It didn't work the last time. Is there contact? No, there isn't. Not just yet. It doesn't look like there is going to be. They made 3 wide work. I am very surprised that actually made it. Oh, Martin Webster into the grass there. No. Oh, there is more contact. Martin Webster, Ivan Marino. Both into the grass, but they get it going as soon as possible. They stay green. Huge drama for Martin Webster. Raul Pratap has a chance at glory, but Austin Wilson is right behind him. Oh, Tavar Clark spins it. Oh, and more contact is being made. Absolute chaos. Curtis Gregory from P2 goes all the way down to P4. Man, what a restart this has been! And Curtis, the drama's not over just yet! Those tires are very hot there! Tavar Clark in the background. Can he make a move onto the inside? Looks like going for the outside. Oh, there was a bit of lag with these guys here. Bit of lag between these two. But they keep it green flag racing, and Dylan Morant has a country mile. It's only 4 seconds, but that's a lot in racing. Martin Webster puts that car into the pits for his final stop of the day. 13 minutes left to go in this one. Austin Wilson and Raul Pratap can finally regain their little battle for who takes the lead. Klaus Klintz, yellow flags for him. More damage for the driver from Denmark. Ah, man. Insult to injury. Down into P8. There's Oswald Wilson, Curtis Gregory, not too far behind, but this is the battle we are looking at. Oswald Wilson, fastest lap of the race, 1:08.390. He is pushing, and pushing hard. Look in the background, there you see Curtis Gregory. No setup, default setup he has on that car, and he's making it work. That is a true driver there, making anything work, what you're given. Now it is up to these two guys to see who can take P2. Is Oswin quick enough to get past Pratap? And is it going to be enough time to get to Dylan Morant? Dylan Morant hunting for a second win in this one. Oh, Oswin Wilson very close to the rear. The two Guyanese drivers very close to one another, just like the start of this one. There you see Roland Pratap, very quick there. Oswin Wilson comes out to the inside. Can he get anything done there? Pushes it more, forces it actually very close to the rear end of Roland Pratap. Nothing cannot be done just yet. What a battle this is. 11 minutes to go in this one. This is going to go right down to the wire, just like Norisring. Oswin Wilson, can he get past Roland Pratap, and can he put the chart to Dylan Morant? We don't know. Oswin Wilson so close. You see the gap.
Straight.
Here, Dylan Morant telling Martin Webster, please get out of my way. I have two hungry Caribbean drivers eager to take my spot. Oswin Wilson and just about to say how quick these two drivers are, but Roland Pratap, a little bit of lag, teleports in the back to him.
Thanks.
But, like we were saying, Oswin Wilson, an absolute legend in the sim racing. The ACC driver he normally specializes in. GT3 is his bread and butter. He comes to do DTM in these classic cars. Looks to make a big impact, and he's doing very well to hold himself together. Roland Pratap, the real-life driver, the Guyanese, who races endurance racing all across the Caribbean from South Dakota to Wallenfield. Roland Pratap, no stranger to driving long distance. And he is holding a very hungry Oswin Wilson. These are very two quick drivers. You see here, and 10 minutes left to go. All eyes have been on this battle. Martin Webster down into 10th. We see you in the chat. Vamos, Martin. But can anything be done for him? He's down into P10. He needs a VSC to get back into this. He's actually in the pits. Pratap on the inside. Wilson follows him like a snake. Nothing can be done just yet. Oh, we see the background. It's still at Morant. He's in the gravel. Roland Pratap is your race leader. What has happened to the race leader of Dylan Morant? What has happened? We have a 3-car battle for the lead. Are you kidding me? 9 minutes left to go in this one. Dylan Morant has he thrown it all away. We didn't hear him on the mic if he was trying to get past a back marker, but this is drama. The driver who won last round, under pressure, Oswin Wilson down into the inside. Wow, what a race this is. And Roland Pratap is now long gone. If Oswin Wilson does not have anything bad to think about, it is this. He has the American of Dylan Morant in his way. Two completely different drivers. Oswin Wilson, the all-wheel driver, just going to get right past him on the outside. And Dylan Morant actually going to go into the pits. Dylan Morant looks like maybe those tires have gone one lap too far. Tavar Clark puts it down the inside. What a move from Tavar Clark. Is that move of the day? It might be. The two guys side by side. What a overtake that was. Can Curtis Gregory fight back? Ooh, Tavar into the grass. Oh, he spins it into the wall. He can get back going. The next couple of drivers pretty far from him. And Curtis Gregory is into P3. What a race he's having there. But we now turn our attention back up here. It's now time to take a look at the battle chart here. Pratap and Wilson. 1.6 the difference. 7 minutes and 30 seconds left to go. I am excited. If you guys are excited as well, make sure to hit that like button. Hit that subscribe button. This is what Caribbean Motor Racing Sim Club is all about. Austin Wilson now, fighting hard. We see you, Krister, in the chat. Everything is all forgiven. Yes, you are missing out on one race, but you do have 3 more races left for you to join us. Krister, if you didn't know, joined us in the last round. Had his debut race there. Hopefully we can see him in the future. We see DM Charles. I believe that is Dominic Charles. Seems like Dylan has damage. I don't know. Maybe those tires have fell out. He was driving a very perfect race, and that car is very stable. He's up at the P6. Ivan Marino in for his last stop as well. 6 minutes and 30 seconds left to go. 1.7, 1.1 the difference. Absolute fireworks going on. Are we going to see another race where P2 puts the power down and puts pressure on the leader? It's deja vu once again. We saw a last round between the 2 drivers of Dylan Moran and Marlon Young. And speaking of X-Play drivers, it looks like Martin Webster has called it quits today with 5 minutes left to go. Very shame for him. He's doing very well in this one. But mistakes have gotten the best of him. I know he is watching the stream right now to witness his rival, Marlon Young as well. Both X-Play drivers, big-time rivals, in a friendly way to Austin Wilson. You see in the foreground? Is that the TCOD driver of Lance Nasir? And Lance Nasir is actually going to let both drivers pass. We see in the background that looks like a driver to the pits. No, it does not. But Lance Nasir getting out the way as soon as possible. He's in 9th. For Tabbas, just 5 minutes left to hold on to this hungry Austin Wilson to take home P1. This will be very good. In fact, these 2 guys are going to be gaining big time in the points standings. We actually look at the point standings really quickly. There you see the team standings, but if we look back to the driver's standings, that's what it looks like. Austin Wilson with 16 points is definitely going to be holding on. And if he stays like this, he should be leading the driver's standings. But we look down, P7, 11 points going to Raul Pratab. It's going to definitely boost him up, and with a race win, it is all too sweet. 4 minutes left to go. Tamar Clark, it's an issue for him. He is by himself, though, so we stay green. But there you see the top 2 guys. 8/10 the difference. We go up the field now. Lance Nasir, not the best of races for him. Down into P9. Danny Nasir, trouble. Looks like he might have got the rear end slipped out a little bit too much, but Lance Nasir not having the best of his races, but sticks it into the points. Looking up the field now, Ivan Marino in his second race now in P8. 15 seconds to himself. And the next Valhalla driver, who has a cracked windscreen to watch, is 1.6 behind. Danny Nasir, Klaus Klint in the Valhalla BMW. Danny Nasir in the RDN Mercedes. 8 seconds to himself, and Dylan Morant holding himself big time to a charging Klaus Klint. Up now to Dylan Morant. Had a stop after getting into the gravel. Was it tires or damage? We're going to have to find out after this one. Tavar Clark in P4. 9 seconds to himself and the top 3. but having a very great race for someone who is just getting on the sim, as well as Curtis Gregory. He does have some lap traffic in the way, but after getting off of a Sebring endurance battle, finishing 12th.
Could he let me buy up here?
Big shout out to him. There you see him. There you hear him, actually. And we come back up to this battle. Oswin Wilson has to keep his cool now. In the past,
lagging, bro.
during...
Yeah.
I'm not seeing anyone else flag, which usually is sign.
Hit a big fancy jump in front of me here just now.
We'll take a look at it.
Okay. I guess this one. Hopefully you get...
We're still racing. Comms clear.
We'll keep an eye on it. But this is the battle we are looking at. Oswin Wilson, 2 tenths now. Can he get anything done? On the front straight. Put it down the inside. No, he cannot. Roll Pratap holding off. Big time. Minute 30 left to go. On the drone cam one last time for this one. This is the battle everyone has got their eyes on. The battle everyone in chat is talking about. And we see Dominic. See you in the chat. Hopefully we'll see you soon. We definitely need to see you in these races here. But right now the focus is on these 2 drivers. They're going to have 2 to go. We hear blue flag call-outs. Do we? It is Ivan Marino in the foreground, but he is pretty far. Oswin Wilson very close now. Can he get anything done? He's flashing his taillights. Ooh, a little bit of lag from the 2. Oswin Wilson ducks to the inside, plays the dummy. Does he play it well? No, he does not. Turn 1 not going to him just yet. Roll Pratap under big pressure now. Now Austin Wilson is going full beans. Ruin those tires. Go as fast as you can. The leader has 2 laps to go. You see the notification on the top of your screen. This is the battle for first. Who is going to win it? Is it going to be Roll Pratap? Is it going to be Oswin Wilson? We see a back marker just ahead. He looks a little too far to do anything to this battle. Oh, Oswin Wilson, 2 tenths of difference now. If he wants to make a move, it's turn 1. And call it out. It is the final lap of the Dutch Grand Prix. Roll Pratap hugs to the inside. Oswin Wilson down to the outside. A lot of overspeed. Oswin Wilson side by side with Roll Pratap around turn 1. Can he get the switch back though? No, he does not just yet. Oswin Wilson now desperately trying everything in the book to get past Roll Pratap. Can he get it done? Look how close this is. Roll Pratap just has a little bit of a gap ahead of him. Oswin Wilson trying to get as close as possible, but he's running out of time. Coming to the close of the second sector for the final time. Oswin Wilson, Roll Pratap. Can we see a photo finish? We'll find out in just a few moments' time. Oswin needs to keep his cool. He has 1 corner to go. He needs the launch of a lifetime. Look how close he is. Can Oswin put it around the outside? He needs to put the power down. It's contact. A little bit of a nudge. Oswin Wilson, it's a race to the line. Oswin's gonna do it. Oswin Wilson is going to take home a race win in an unforgettable Zandvoort Dutch Grand Prix. What do you want to call it? What a race that was. Oh my goodness! We signed a photo finish to the end! Oh my god! What a race! We haven't seen a photo finish for the lead since the Daytona 500 Virtual back in February. Oh my God. I can't believe it. It's happened again. What a race that was. Oswin Wilson, it was a little nudge under the final corner. Roland Pratap's not going to be the happiest over that. Of course, Roland Pratap is all right to argue to the stewards about that, and of course we're going to take a look at that, but I cannot believe what we just saw. Wow! Oh my God, what a race that was. Oswin Wilson has done it in the closing stages. Oh, wow. Oh my God. What a race that was! If you guys have not in the Discord server just yet, what are you doing? This is what Caribbean Motor Racing Club is all about, baby! Oswin Wilson, your race winner. What a race that was! I can't believe it! But let's go talk to the guys as soon as possible. What a race that was! Congratulations, your top three. And if you guys did not know just yet, if you're not looking at the stream, Oswin Wilson and Roland Pratap had a photo finish to the line. Oswin Wilson just sticking out and getting the race win. Oswin Wilson, I just want to talk to you first. What a race that was for you. Chasing down Roland Pratap. Anything could have happened there in the closing stages, and you managed to find the race win at the very end. Take us through that one.
Yeah, it was a fun race. Right now, my heart beating really fast. I can't catch my breath right now. I was excited at the end, but I basically stick to my strategy that I came into the race with and talk it out. And if it wasn't for the second virtual safety car, I didn't know where I would have finished, but the second virtual safety car kind of saved my race. But it was a good fight with Rahul the entire race, and good racing from him.
Indeed, yeah, what a race that was from the two of you guys. Coming into this race, where did you see yourself placing?
To be honest, I expect second place, because I know Rahul had a lot of pace, because I see he put in a lot of practice laps, so I didn't really put in a lot of laps during the week, so I was didn't know my consistency, so I was expecting second place. But after I saw Rahul on the soft tires, I know the soft tires would be a bit of a challenge coming down to the end of the race, and since he went on the soft so early, I decided to push him a bit and see if I could get a race win, and I got it at the end.
Indeed, yeah, a little nudge just coming out the final corner. From our perspective, it looked fine, but of course we're just gonna look at it after the stream just to make sure it was all okay. But right now, that was just an incredible win. Catch your breath. What a race that was for you. Congratulations for that one.
Yeah, thank you.
And we look at our second place driver, Roland Pratap. Man, you had Oswin Wilson to the very end, and it all came down to the checkered flag there at a drag race. How was that race for you?
The race was good. Tire degradation was terrible, but a little bit of luck came in with safety car and some no luck with the crashes. But well, you guys saw what happened at the end. I'm not gonna comment on that. You can go to the stewards for that one. But that was a fun race indeed.
Fun race, yeah. Take us through that one from the very beginning. How did you feel coming into this one?
I felt confident. I had a pace and what's not. It's just only Austin William. I was my biggest rival there. Because I know from experience racing him, he's a tough driver to race against. But I saw I had some pace and what's not. When the first safety car came out, I pitted. I didn't see him pit, so I thought maybe he was out. When I came out back, I was in third, and I thought so he didn't pit. Maybe that's my chance. But then they had another safety car, and he got the pit. After that restart, some shenanigans happened. I got pushed a little bit wide by some BMWs, and
the BMWs were fighting one in front and had an incident, and I got involved in that. I still kept my head down after that, kept chasing, and the opportunity came back. I ended up passing Oswin. And my goal after that was hit every mark and just pray the tires would hold. It did hold, but on that last corner, it kind of gave. And I was trying to block him, and he, moved me out of the way for his line, which I thought was a bit unfair on his side. So, yeah, I wanted to win that race very badly.
Yeah, and we're definitely going to be taking a look at that right after the race to declare whose was that one there. But regardless, P1 or P2, that was a very strong effort from you, coming up from P8 last race. So this is going to be big points coming back into this championship. It's only round 2. You got 3 more rounds to go. You still got this one. Congratulations. That was a great race for you.
Thank you.
And we go to our third place man, Curtis Gregory. What a race from you to put it up into P3.
Yeah, I mean, all glory to God on that one. Like, I had no expectations for this race after I mentioned earlier, the 2 hours of a Sebring, that like destroyed me kind of physically. I mean, after it, I was okay after, but I thought that, man, mentally I was just kind of both ways. I was just going to flop this race really hard, especially having like no practice. I don't know what happened. Maybe something like a miracle, I guess. How I created a strategy that quick and with no practice managed to hold it in there. Because that was just consistency. I was looking at my times. I was like 110s and stuff, so I don't think I really had to pace. It's more of a consistency thing. But wow, that was something. And I actually forgot that we had safety cars in this race, because last race there was no safety car. Or the 2 hours, like 2 hour race, I think there'd be a safety car. There wasn't somehow. But I wasn't really depending on a safety car or anything. I was just going off of like the crude strategy, which is go for like mediums, put the fuel by how long those last at pit, and then go to hards and just pray, and it worked. So I wasn't really thinking I was gonna be interviewed for a road race. I'm pretty okay at the ovals, but for a road race, I really wasn't expecting this. So this is pretty cool.
This is the start of great things for you, bro. That was an amazing one to put it up into P3. Congratulations, man. You deserve that one. And that is going to be...
Well, I guess it kind of, now that I think about it, it kind of helps since I missed the last race. So that's
definitely,
good.
Yes. P3, especially when you missed the first race, this is the start of big things, man. I'm very excited to see what you can do there. But congratulations. All right, we're going to end off the stream here. You guys can say your final goodbyes, and just stay into the Discord voice chat. We'll go over the race from the replay. You can say your goodbyes now.
Hey, goodbye. That was an awesome race. Thanks for having me.
Thanks for turning out, guys. See you in a week.
And what a race that was. A photo finish to the line. We're going to have to take a look at it to the stewards. That looked like a classic Dale Earnhardt. A little tap of the rear. Get out my way. Of course, not fair in other forms of motorsport and NASCAR. We see it all the time. A little tap. We're going to have a little bit of a debrief, but have no fear. If you want to know who is your official winner of this bout, make sure to follow us on Instagram. Link is in the description down below. Join our Instagram. Follow us on Facebook. Follow us on TikTok for moments like these that we post the best moments of Caribbean Motor Racing Sim Club. And if you are a driver yourself and not in the Discord, what are you doing? Get yourself in there as soon as possible. We'll get you all signed up, ready for round 3. Where are we going for round 3? We're going back to Germany for the Nurburgring. Thank you all so much for tuning in for this one. Make sure you hit that subscribe, hit that like button. We'll see you next week. My name is Rahul Nasir from Caribbean Motor Racing Sim Club. What a race that was. This one's going to be talked about for a long time. Good night.
Ain't no love like a real love, but it goes so fast. All tied up like a captive. I'm on to you. Used to pay them on my life, standing on rainbows, playing it cool. I don't felt this in ages, and I've no more patience. So won't you please stay a bit longer? You're making me stronger.
big shout out to you guys in the chat. Thank you so much for leaving all your comments there. Just reading them last moment before we get the end there. See Tavar, Krister, TJ, Dominic. We see you guys there. And we're going to see you next week. Every Saturdays at 5:15 p.m. Good night.